Alright folks, let's dive into the cinematic roller coaster that starts down under in good old Perth, Australia. Meet Professor Edgar Solomon, the life of the party, or so he thinks. Picture this, he's up there on stage, ready to regale the crowd with a riveting speech. But what's this? Instead of dropping some profound knowledge bombs, he decides it's the perfect time to recite a children's poem about fluffy bunnies and cuddly bears. Cute, right? Wrong. Things take a nosedive into Awkwardville when the poem takes a detour into the land of inappropriate. Enter stage right, a woman, just as shocked as the rest of us poor souls subjected to this literary catastrophe. So, how does Edgar choose to make amends for his poetic faux pas? By whipping out a knife and chopping off one of her fingers, of course. The old lady is more shocked than a kangaroo in a boxing match when he sliced her finger. That's one way to make an impression. Her screams were louder than a koala in a tree during mating season. The crowd scattered faster than a crocodile chasing a tourist, leaving Edgar to casually collect the severed finger like it's a prize trophy. But wait, it gets better, or worse, depending on your perspective. Our fearless finger snipper attracts the attention of a security guard, who kindly suggests he raise his hands. Does Edgar comply? Nope. Cue the dramatic music as he meets his untimely demise in a hail of bullets. But fear not, dear viewers, for Edgar's final act is a valiant attempt to reach for his trusty mobile phone. Because why not update your status to "just got shot LOL" before shuffling off this mortal coil? Meanwhile, in the sultry streets of New Orleans, we meet our next unsuspecting protagonist, salesman Elliot Brindle. The joys of impending fatherhood and impending marriage, all while teetering on the precipice of financial ruin. Elliot's boss delivers the news with all the subtlety of a sledgehammer, informing him that he's just too darn empathetic to sell anything. Well, isn't that just peachy? With his career in tatters, Elliot's forced to confront his biggest responsibility, his mentally challenged brother Michael. Losing his job meant his brother's future was as uncertain as a Louisiana weather forecast. And just when Elliot thinks his day couldn't get any worse, Elliot goes to his dad for help, only to find out he's as broke as a street performer's guitar strings. But wait, there's a plot twist. In the dead of night, Elliot finds himself locked in a battle of wits with a mysterious caller offering him a chance to win big bucks on a game show straight out of the Twilight Zone. But this ain't your grandma's game show. Oh no. This one comes with a side of creepy stalker vibes, complete with a dossier on Elliot's entire life history, down to the nitty-gritty details of his dear departed mother's fatal car crash. Finally, the man on the phone also mentioned the fly that was bugging Elliot recently. This left Elliot speechless and confused. The man said that if Elliot kills the fly, $1,000 would be deposited into his bank account. Without really thinking about it too much, Elliot just went ahead and swatted the fly, killing it. Just a few seconds later, Elliot got a notification saying $1,000 had actually been put into his bank account. But wait, there's more. Now he's tasked with the ultimate challenge, swallowing said fly for the princely sum of $3,622. The things we do for a quick buck. So, our dear Elliot, in desperate need of some cash and a hefty dose of skepticism, decides to put his stomach to the test. Yes, you heard right, he eats the blasted fly. Because nothing says I need money quite like a side of insect ingestion. Lo and behold, the money stays put in his account, confirming that either he's won the weirdest lottery ever, or this initiator is legit. Kinda. But wait, there's more. Our intrepid hero receives another call, this time congratulating him on his gourmet fly feast. The cash starts flowing faster than a caffeine addict at a free coffee convention. Confused and probably questioning his life choices, Elliot decides to play detective and ask the million-dollar question. Is Big Brother watching him in the comfort of his own home? The voice on the other end offers him a tantalizing choice, privacy or cash. Tough call, Elliot. And just when he thought things couldn't get any weirder, he's slapped with the rules of the game faster than you can say golden toad. 13 challenges await, each promising bigger rewards than the last. But here's the kicker. Screw up, or even breathe a word to anyone else, and it's bye-bye to your newfound fortune. Talk about high stakes. So does our dear Elliot have the cojones to dance with the golden toad and continue down this rabbit hole of insanity? You betcha. With a simple phrase, he seals his fate as a contestant in the world's most messed up game show. Fast forward to the next day, and Elliot's park rendezvous with his ladylove Shelby and her parental units takes an unexpected turn. Surprise, surprise. Challenge number 3 involves making a child cry. Nothing like emotionally scarring a kid for a quick buck. Elliot wastes no time in hunting down the perfect tear factory and delivers the news that her folks are shipping her off to Orphanville. Cue the waterworks and the cash register cha-ching. But wait, there's more. Again, our dynamic duo takes a detour to the church to pick up dear old dad, only to find themselves smack dab in the middle of challenge number 4, Fire Edition, handcrafted nativity scene by blind kids. Pfft, who needs sentimental value when there's cash to be made? Elliot takes one for the team and sets the thing ablaze, inadvertently turning the church into the hottest spot in town. And just like that, another 10 grand magically appears in his bank account. But alas, our hero's streak of questionable decisions doesn't end there. Challenge number 5? Oh, just following a homeless person around like a lost puppy. Because nothing screams fun times quite like stalking the less fortunate. Meanwhile, down at the police station, Detective Chilcote is playing matchmaker with sketches of our mischief maker, connecting the dots between stolen clothes, church fires, and traumatized tots. Looks like Elliot's got some explaining to do, and he's only on challenge number 6. Talk about a wild ride. Next challenge is to take someone on a coffee date. So, our dear Elliot, ever the optimist, thinks he's got this challenge in the bag. But oh how wrong he is. Cue the classic bait and switch. Instead of a casual coffee date, he finds himself face to face with a very deceased companion chilling in the bathtub. Well, isn't that just dandy? But fear not, for Elliot's resourcefulness knows no bounds. Out comes the trusty air freshener to mask the scent of death, followed by a quick costume change and a not-so-leisurely stroll to the nearest diner. But wait, it gets even juicier. Our fearless protagonist, now burdened with both a ticking clock and a disinterested waitress, decides to take matters into his own hands. Cue the dramatic entrance of the men in blue, because what's a diner scene without a dash of law enforcement? And what's a challenge without a bit of police drama? Elliot, ever the opportunist, snags a cup of coffee from the boys in blue, much to their chagrin. Smooth move, Elliot, smooth move. But trouble's a brewin' as our hero finds himself in the hot seat with the boys in blue. But fear not, for Elliot's got a bone to pick with these badge-wielding buffoons. With a swift dose of truth bombs and a sprinkle of sass, he manages to talk his way out of trouble, at least for now. Phew, crisis averted. Or is it? Just when Elliot thought he was in the clear, the initiator decides to rain on his parade with a delightful reminder of his forgetfulness. Yep, you guessed it. He left his library card behind like a forgetful school kid. But hey, no worries, because the stakes have never been higher. With the cops hot on his trail and freedom hanging in the balance, Elliot's left with no choice but to soldier on through the challenges. Next stop, a mysterious van, ride to parts unknown, where Elliot finds himself face to face with his high school bully-turned-volunteer, amputee. Ah, the joys of reunion. But fear not, for there's money to be made and limbs to be lost. With a heavy heart and a sharper blade, Elliot completes the task, all while contemplating the irony of life's little twists and turns. And just when you thought things couldn't get any weirder, Elliot's tasked with crashing his own wedding rehearsal like a wrecking ball in a china shop. But hey, what's a little chaos among friends, right? With the police hot on their heels and accusations flying faster than the bouquet at a shotgun wedding, Elliot plays the hero once again, taking one for the team and turning his special day into a spectacle for the ages. But fear not, dear viewers, for our hero's journey is far from over. So, our dear Elliot, the master of evading capture, finds himself facing his toughest challenge yet, surrendering himself, because nothing says fun like willingly walking into the waiting arms of the law, right? Reluctantly, he returns to the scene of the crime and is promptly handcuffed faster than you can say, guilty as charged. But wait, plot twist. It seems our dear Elliot isn't the only one playing this twisted game of cat and mouse. Accused of crimes he didn't commit, Elliot realizes he's just a pawn in someone else's sick game. So, what's a guy to do? Break out the chair karate, of course. With a quick flick of the wrist, he turns household furniture into a makeshift weapon and holds a poor policeman hostage, because why not add kidnapping to his laundry list of offenses? But alas, our hero's Houdini act comes to an abrupt end as he takes a flying leap out the window, landing unceremoniously in a dumpster. Phoneless and clueless, he stumbles upon a homeless woman who conveniently appears out of nowhere. Meanwhile, Detective Chilcote is busy unraveling a conspiracy that's juicier than a mystery novel. Turns out, Our resident conspiracy theorist Vogler has been on the trail of the initiator ever since his wife met her untimely demise playing the same demented game. Back in Elliot's neck of the woods, things take a turn for the macabre as his next mission involves a deadly game of hangman. But when innocent lives hang in the balance, Elliot draws the line, proving he's got a heart of gold beneath all that sarcasm. Unfortunately, not everyone shares his sentiment, as a fellow player takes matters into their own hands with gruesome results. Determined to put an end to the madness, Elliot gives chase, only to find himself face to face with the chilling reality of the final mission: kill a family member. But fear not, dear viewers, for Elliot's no cold-blooded killer. In a twist that would make M. Night Shyamalan proud, he discovers that the other player behind this twisted game is none other than his own brother Michael. He still wants to play the game and is ready to shoot their father to win. But their father surprises them by saying he played the game too, years ago, and won by killing their mother. The brothers are shocked. Elliot tries to kill their father, but he stops him by cutting his own throat. Michael aims his gun at Elliot to win. Elliot accidentally shoots Michael while they argue. Despite being wounded, Michael doesn't give up. He stabs Elliot but dies in the process. Elliot finishes all the challenges and leaves the house, watched by Detective Chilcote. Well, plot twist of the century. Turns out our friendly neighborhood detective is moonlighting as the game's very own hired gun. Talk about a conflict of interest. But hey, who needs ethics when there's a paycheck involved, right? So there he is, our dear Detective Chilcote, busy tidying up loose ends by lighting a cozy fire to hide his dirty deeds. But just as he's about to channel his inner arsonist, in walks Elliot, ready to rain on his pyromaniac parade. Bang, down goes Detective Dastardly in a blaze of glory. But wait, there's more. In a heartwarming twist, Elliot decides to give his lady love Shelby a ring. Not the sparkly kind, mind you, but a good old-fashioned phone call. But oh, what's this? Shelby drops the bombshell of the century. She's been invited to a fly feast, courtesy of the mysterious initiator. Lucky for Elliot, Shelby's got more sense than a flock of geese, and she politely declines the dubious offer. Crisis averted. For now.